ओम शांति।
वालों को अगर जल्दी नहीं है तो आगे आ जाओ, जाना नहीं है जल्दी। ओम शांति,
ओम शांति,
ओम शांति,
ओम शांति।
ओम शांति। आज खास माताओं के और भाइयों के रिक्वेस्ट पर
Today, because of the special request of brothers and mothers,
का मास पूरा होता है,
since the month of Mateshwari ji, Mama is finishing,
धारणाएं सुनिए।
we actually have listened to her dharanas every day. In the morning, we have listened to the experience of one or the another. So whatever we were listening after the Murali class was some or the other's experience. And this experience is such a thing that it just stays in the heart. When you listen to something, it might go away, but whatever you experience, you remember for the whole day. Just how in the Laukik family,
सारी बातें होती
there are many things with Laukik mother and father, but
थोड़ा अच्छा अनुभव
but there might be a good experience, there might be not so good experience, and both things you remember.
अच्छा अनुभव हुआ हो,
If you have loved someone
कोई घड़ी
and you have spent good time, you remember that. And sometimes because of the situation of the family, if you have missed something, you do remember that,
मम्मा पापा के साथ
but you don't remember the day-to-day
समय नहीं
life. I did not stay with Mama and Baba for the whole time in Madhuban.
57 से 64 तक
Since 57 to 64, I got to spend time with Mama,
69 तक बाबा के साथ
and 64 to 69 I got to spend time with, 65 to 69 I got to spend time with Baba,
नहीं देते थे।
but I did not spend the whole time with Baba because Baba never allowed us allowed us to stay for a long time. Whenever I was coming to stay in Madhuban,
8 दिन 10 दिन रह
Baba would ask after few days, child, when are you going back? Then I told Baba, Baba, others stay here for 8 to 10 days, but you tell me in 4 or 5 days, when are you going? Or you ask me to go somewhere or the other for service. So I told Baba,
मेरे लिए जगह नहीं है क्या?
Baba, you don't have space for me or what? Because others do live here, others do stay here for a longer time. And Baba used to smile and say,
बादल जब घर जाते हैं ना तो वो बादल
when the clouds come here and when the clouds are full, they have to go to shower.
घर जाते हैं तो तुम भी
And when they are showered,
बादल हो
then you come back here to become full. You are also a cloud of knowledge.
आ जाना
You fill yourself with the Father, with the jewels of knowledge. Go out and then shower the knowledge to others
पर जितने दिन
and then come back soon. So, the point is, I did not spend too much time with Mama or Baba, but there are some things, some things that I remember it very clearly.
कॉमन भाई बहनों के साथ
Just how you stay with your mother, father, and brothers, it becomes very common, and you don't remember everything.
सारी बातें याद रह नहीं रहती
So you don't remember everything.
बाबा के साथ की जो बातें हैं
But the things with Mama and Baba, because when we stay with Mama, Baba, those things were
तन आता है ना जिससे
like life changing. So you feel happy, and that's why you remember those things.
को याद करते तो इतना आनंद आता है
And you feel so happy, you feel so intoxicated when you remember those things.
तो मैं अपना अनुभव क्योंकि कहा मम्मा का अनुभव सुनाओ
So I was told to give experience with Mama. So I will tell you Mama's experience. When I came in 57,
समय के बाद ही मेरा जन्म ब्रह्मा से हुआ
my birth was through Brahma Baba. Brahma Baba was in Delhi,
दृष्टि से
and with Baba's drishti,
बाबा का जो लाइट का रूप देखा
I saw Baba's form of light,
मैग्नेट मुझे खींच रहा है
and I felt as if the magnet was pulling me.
अनुभव था
And that experience,
लाइट की बॉडी देखी लाइट
and I saw the body of light.
सुना तो लाइट लाइट की बात ही करते थे
And when I heard the knowledge, he was talking about light.
ये क्या पैदा भी लाइट हुए होंगे
So I had the curiosity that he would have got birth of light. He might be eating light or what? Because I did not have that understanding. So nobody has the body of light. The body is made of 5 elements.
अभी
And-
जैसे ट्रांसलाइट का चित्र है
And I felt,
ट्रांसलाइट में है तो बाबा का चित्र है ना
so in Translight you see Baba's picture,
पर तू जैसे कि एक लाइट में
but you feel that he's in a light. And the same way I felt Baba's body in light in Sakar form.
उस वक्त दिल्ली में आई हुई थी
So Mama was in Delhi,
तो जगदीश भाई जी ने एक बुक लिखी थी
so Jagdish Bhai ji wrote a book.
पता नहीं कितनी 100 बुक लिखी
So Jagdish Bhai might have written about 100 books, there is no count.
लेख तो अपने नाम से नहीं लिखी
And some books he did not write with his name, he wrote with someone else's name.
एक मैगजीन में पहले मैं मिक्स मतलब क्लास करा रही हूँ तो जो भी सामने आ रहा है जगदीश भाई का अनुभव बाबा का अनुभव
So since I'm doing a class, I would say whatever comes to my mind, whether it's Mama's experience, Baba's experience, or Jagdish Bhai's experience.
अभी जैसे आजकल ज्ञान अमृत छपता है ना,
So just how these days Gyan Amrit is being published. So at that time, the name of that magazine was Trimurti.
तो उसमें एक लेख निकला,
So there was one article,
मेरे नाम से था,
and it was
मैं जगदीश भाई
under
की बात
my name. I'm telling about Jagdish Bhai.
में आ रहे थे,
He was beyond name and form. He was like a trustee. He was detached.
भाई को कहा
So I told Jagdish Bhai,
मैंने तो लेख लिखा ही नहीं है,
I have not written an article. There is any other Sudesh Behan who has written this article or what?
मेरे नाम से तो नहीं हो सकता,
It cannot be under my name because I haven't written anything. And he said, you conducted a class
कराया, मैंने वो लिख दिया,
and I wrote it and that article was published.
मतलब इतना ट्रस्टी
And he was such a trustee.
तो ज़रूर थी,
There was some addition of the class. It was not that whatever I said in the class was there only, but there was some addition. But since he told, since you gave the class, I wrote it as an article.
जगदीश भाई की बातें बहुत याद हैं, पर ये भी ऐसी ऐसी बातें
So these are such things
दिल पर छाप,
that I remember.
वो बात याद रहती है,
Such so from about Jagdish Bhai ji, I remember such things that stays in my heart, and those are called experience
अंदर वो अंदर चला गया,
that goes inside and that just prints inside your heart.
जैसे तीर अंदर चला जाता है,
Just how the arrow strikes inside, it pierces inside and it gets printed inside.
की बात तो वो किताब छप रही थी,
So
तो उन्होंने कहा
so the book was being published,
कुछ करेक्शन भी नहीं है,
and he asked Mama if there is any addition or correction, can you do some addition?
मैं छपाऊंगा,
And then only I will publish it.
लिखी हुई थी हाथ से,
It was written by hand. There was no typewriter or machine at that time.
आज वाला सुख साधन नहीं थे,
So there was no pleasure of
सवेरे अमृत वेले उनके साथ
instruments of these days of science, no pleasure of science of today at that time.
और सवेरे सवेरे अमृत वेले के बाद लिखते,
And he used to write in the morning after Amrit Vela with pen and pencil.
मैं मम्मा को हिंदी इतनी पढ़ने में सहज नहीं थी,
So Mama was not
मैं कॉलेज से आ
very good at, not very easy at reading Hindi.
टाइम है,
So Mama told me, if you have time,
पढ़ के सुना,
or after college, if you come early, you come to me and read this. And I was very happy. Mama, yes, I can come. And I was reading
फिर मम्मा
that to Mama.
जो उसमें करेक्शन सुनती थी तो बहुत ध्यान से
So Mama was reading it Mama was listening to it with lot of attention, very carefully. So I was thinking,
ज्ञान की भंडार है,
Mama is the treasure of knowledge. She was listening to it with great attention. So whatever addition she had to make,
ये शब्द नोट कर,
she would say, stop, add this word. And after reading, sometimes she would say,
मम्मा अपने विचार
whatever I read to her, she would give her experience that these are Baba's versions,
का ये सार था, गीता ज्ञान का सार जैसे,
and that was like essence of Baba's Murli, like essence of Gita. So Mama was paying lot of attention to each and every word that
लगता था मुझे। तो
Mama was paying so much attention. I was very happy with that.
ने कहा
So one day Mama said,
बहुत अच्छा लगता था जब मम्मा पीछे ज्ञान चर्चा करती थी ना,
when Mama
कोई बात ज्ञान की सुना देती थी,
when Mama used to
अच्छा लगता है, मुझे भी अच्छा लगता
discuss
है। जाते हैं ना,
about knowledge.
ज्ञान की बात जरूर सुनाऊंगी,
So
दे दूंगी।
if someone comes, I would definitely tell some or the other thing of knowledge. I would not just give totally like that.
एक दिन मम्मा ने अचानक बोला,
So one day Mama said,
आज विमला बहन, उस समय वहाँ की बहन जो थी उसका नाम
so at that time the sister was staying there. Her name was Vimla Ben.
भाई बहन इकट्ठे
So Vimla Ben cannot go to conduct the class, and Mama told me that you go and do the class. And I was little nervous,
मैं क्लास कराऊं,
and I told Mama, how can I do the class? I can't do the class. What would I do in the class?
थोड़ा अजीब सा लगा कि
Because I felt
मेरे को
little strange that Mama was telling me for the knowledge.
मतलब ये नहीं है कि तुमको कोई शिक्षा देनी है।
So Mama said, to do a class doesn't mean that you have to give some teachings. So whatever you are telling, whatever you are reading to me, do you understand that? Do you like it?
मम्मा बहुत अच्छा लगा,
I told Mama, I love it.
आप जब उस पर विचार सुना,
And especially when
फायदे
you
अच्छा लगता है।
give addition to those reading, when you give the essence, it is very useful and I like it. Mama said with lot of maturity, whatever you like, whatever you understand,
का भी फायदा है,
and in which if it is your benefit,
क्या मुश्किल है।
and if it can benefit others, is it difficult to tell others?
जो अच्छी बातें लगती वो तो याद रहती है ना। हाँ, मैंने कहा मम्मा अच्छी बातें याद तो है नहीं।
So I told Mama that yes, I do remember good things.
मैंने जा कर के सुनाया।
I told Mama.
मैंने कहा मम्मा अगले मंगलवार को भी सुदेश को भेजना।
So Mama said, so I went to do the class and they all loved it, and
मम्मा ने कहा
and students from there told me that and student from there told Mama that every Tuesday, next Tuesday also you send Sudesh Didi. So Mama asked me to go every Tuesday, and that just benefited me a lot.
बस वही
I don't have to do anything extra. Whatever Mama is telling me and whatever I am reading from the book, I just have to give that experience.
ध्यान से पढ़ती थी।
And whenever I was reading with lot of attention. It was my benefit. It was
ऐसे ही
good for me.
फिर थोड़ा दिन और चला,
And this is how it
बारी आई।
went on for some time.
एक बारी कन्याओं का क्लास रखा था,
So there was a class for Kumaris.
47 कन्याएं, मतलब दिल्ली की आसपास हापुड़
There were about 40 or 45 Kumaris around the area of Delhi.
वहाँ की कुमारियों को बुलाया था। मम्मा ने क्लास कराया।
Mama conducted a class.
प्रभु अर्पण जब जीवन कर देते हैं,
And when you surrender
सुखी
your life to God,
कोई चिंता
the life becomes so happy. There is no tension. You are living in the canopy of God.
की नजर
Look at outside the world. Look at the outside world. It is so much in distress. So when you are leaving, in God's home, you are in the protection of God. When you are in surrender to Yagya, you are in the safety zone. So Mama suddenly said, who would who would surrender in the Yagya? I stood up. My mother and my was also there. My Laukik mother was also there, and Mama embraced me. It was so good. It was not a form of Kali, and I felt that that old Sudesh is finished and this is the new world. That I am not Sudesh, I am the child of Mama. That old Sudesh is died. This is my new birth, and I had that much happiness. I went home. My Laukik mother said, you cannot surrender like that. You have to take permission. This is not how, you would not get to stay there just like that. And at that time, until and unless you don't have the signature of mother and father, you were not able to stay in a center. So my Laukik mother said, you haven't taken my permission. And I just felt inside. So the death comes suddenly. So the death doesn't come with permission. I just died suddenly. What kind of permission I had to take? I had that much intoxication inside that I just have to die alive, and I just died alive. And those who are dead cannot stay in the home. I'm dead for this Laukik home. How can I stay here? My mother was saying, how are you talking? And I said, I'm dead. I can't stay here. I have to stay with Baba in Madhuban or at the center. But you can't stay at center. So I told Mama, so I felt that, Mama, I am I have died alive, so how can I stay there at Laukik home? So Mama said, according to the law, you need to have the letter from your mother and father. They will. So I said, how can I do that? Mama said, you do yoga and tapasya. You do yoga and tapasya, and your father will be touched that I have to send this child to Mama. So at that time it was the month of October, and from childhood we used to go to see Ram Leela when we were staying. And it was Ram Leela live as a theater for about 15 days. And this drama was going on for 15 days. And I was 16 at that time, and we had the habit of watching live Ram Leela since childhood. So my brothers and sisters said, let's go and watch Ram Leela. I said, no, I don't want to go. And I also had an exam of third year BA. I said, no, I don't want to go because I want to study as well as I want to conduct yoga. They used to go and I used to go to the terrace, and on the terrace from 9 to 12 until when they used to come, I used to do tapasya.
तपस्या करने
Mama said, by doing tapasya, by doing
वो सिद्ध होता है.
by doing yoga and tapasya, whatever
योग की साधना से
thoughts you have
होता है
comes true.
सच्चा संकल्प
With your spiritual endeavor, any thought, any pure thought, any true thought comes true. It's not the thought of Maya, it's not the thought of attachment that becomes true, but any pure thought will become true.
इसी बीच में क्या हुआ
So I used to do tapasya like this every day. And what happens in between? One day during Diwali,
तो दिवाली में दशहरा दिवाली आई ना
so Dashera and Diwali came, I was doing yoga.
मैंने बाहर का खाना छोड़ दिया था
I left the food from outside.
देखा
My
घर की चीज़ें तो खा रही है
my father said,
चीज़ें नहीं
this is eating home food, but this is not eating outside food.
ये क्यों नहीं खाई
So
का ये ब्रह्मा कुमारी के पास जाती है ना
So my father asked my mother, why is she not eating the food from outside? So,
थे
so mother said, since she is going to Brahma Kumari, she is not eating outside food. At that time, people were afraid of Brahma Kumaris.
ना चाहिए
And my father said, since our daughter is going, let's go and see where she is going. We should go to Brahma Kumaris. So they used to go to Mama's class.
एक दिन वहाँ पर अनाउंस हुआ
So one day there was an announcement that Mama had to go to a tour,
जाना चाहती है
and if any Kumaris want to go with Mama, they can go with Mama on a tour. My father said,
तुमको मम्मा के साथ टूर पर जाना है
Sudesh, do you want to go with Mama?
बहुत सच है अभी ना मैं बाबा कैसे टच करता
Then see how Baba touches everyone's intellect.
हो जाएगी मैंने कहा आपको चिट्ठी लिख के देनी पड़ेगी
And I told, then you would write me a letter.
तो का क्या बड़ी बात है
What is a big thing? I will write a letter.
तो ये था मम्मा के महावाक्यों में शक्ति में कमाल
And this was the power of elevated versions of Mama. So whatever Mama said, that was low, that has so much power, and and she gave me that faith. If you do yoga and tapasya, if your thought is pure and elevated, it will become true. And I had that feeling of staying in Baba's home.
तो मम्मा का अचानक प्रोग्राम चेंज हो गया
And then Mama's program got
जाना नहीं हुआ
changed. She did not go to the tour.
क्लास में तो आते थे
My father used to come to the class, and he used to even listen to
मम्मा की
the 7 days programs as well, and he used to come to Mama's class as well. So Mama knew
दिल है अभी
that
सेंटर पर अभी रहना चाहती
that my
घर में नहीं रहना
desire is to stay in a center, not to stay in Lokik home. I told Mama, since I'm died alive, I don't want to stay in. How can I stay? How can I stay in physical home? I have to stay in Baba's home, in a center. So
सेंटर था
my Lokik Mosi was running a center.
पुरानी दिल्ली में मतलब
It was in the old Delhi.
उनको तबीयत ठीक नहीं थी
Her health was not good.
एक दिन मम्मा ने हमारे लौकिक फादर को कहा
So once
प्रकाश की मतलब मेरी मासी का नाम
she told my Lokik father
ठीक नहीं है
that her health is not good,
सेवा की ज़रूरत है
and Baba
की बेटी
needs someone for service. So can your daughter go for service?
करना ना भले जावे
So let her go to her Mosi. So Mama gave me
मासी के घर जा
Mama gave me
पास नहीं थी
Mama made me
तो लोग
have freedom from the home.
घर नहीं है मेरे लिए तो मासी का घर है
So it was not Masi's home, but for me it was actually Masi's home. Masi meaning auntie.
मैं गई
It was actually auntie's home for me.
तो 8 दिन के बाद मम्मा ने
So,
कहा
so I went to
जाए
auntie's
8 दिन
center
करके आ जाएगी
and let her go for 8 days. She will help and go
वो 8 दिन
and she will help and come back. But those 8 days never got finished.
तो मेरा जो
Then I went home to get my clothes, and then there was that test paper.
तो कहा हाय बहन जी नहीं जाना हाय दीदी नहीं
So when I went home to get clothes,
टेस्ट है
my brother was saying,
छुट्टी दे दी
don't go, sister, don't go.
ये तो टेस्ट है
So I felt Mama gave me freedom, my father and mother gave me freedom, and this is my test.
गई हूँ मैं
And I thought I am dead.
तो मरने पर तो रिश्तेदार हाय हाय करेंगे ना हाय बहन
So
जी,
after
हाय बहन जी तो मैंने मन में गीत गाना शुरू किया
so after the death, relatives would do
करेंगे हाय हाय मैं कर दी
hi, hello, hi sister, and I would do wah wah,
शक्ति भरी हुई थी
and I had that powers of Mama.
अंदर से वो मेरे पीछे पीछे आया
He came
तो मम्मा
behind me,
ये कपड़े दे के आ गई है मैं तो आएगी नहीं वापस
and he told my mother that
आज से उसको कहा
he told Mama,
कर गई है ना तेरी भी तो मौसी लगती है
he told my mother that she's going with the clothes, she will not come back. Then my mother told him she's going to just auntie.
ऐसे जैसे मक्खन से वाल निकल
You can also go to your Masi's home with clothes with you. So it was like
गंगा
taking a hair out of butter. It was so easy for me.
वो भी ऐसे ही था
So Mama made me completely free from logic, and she also put me in the ocean in terms of giving classes, and she gave me courage.
मैंने उसको कहा कि तुम मासी के घर जाना तुम भी जाओ तो शाम हो गया
So my mother told my brother, if you want to go to Masi's home,
प्रेम से
you can also go. And she got quiet. He got quiet. He did not go, and I became free, and I went ahead. And then there was another test. My older brother,
अभी बहुत प्यार था
he used to love me a lot,
एग्जाम नहीं दूंगा जब तक तुम वापस नहीं
and he said, I would not give exam until you come back, or I will just finish myself. So
इमर्ज करके
Mama said, you emerge him, and you
वो अपने
do yoga,
देगा
and Baba would give him elevated wisdom, and he will not give
तो सदा ही
give you any obstacles. And you always remember that you are Shiv Shakti, and you make your life such that
को कहा कि ये तो अभी आपने इसको छुट्टी दे दी ये तो पता नहीं आएगी नहीं
so my brother
बाबा ने मेरी
told my father that you give freedom to her, she will not come back. My father told that she is
के बाद तो शादी करेगी
she is 16 years old, she will get married after 4 to 5 years, and she will
तो मासी के पास
she will go to her home after marriage. So right now she is not leaving home, she is just going to her auntie's home because her auntie was running a center.
रही मम्मा पाई है हमारा समर्पण अम्मा जब दोबारा आई तब तक तो
So
हमारे
when
भाई,
Mama came again,
पूरा परिवार ज्ञान में आने लगा
my whole
उनके
family
मतलब
got into knowledge. My aunt,
सबको इंटरेस्ट
their side of family, everyone got interested.
हॉस्पिटल में यहाँ साउथ एक्सटेंशन में सेंटर था, वहाँ
So
पर
in
बहुत
Mulchan
बड़ा
Hospital in
था,
South,
मम्मा का
there
वालों के
was
साथ
in
क्लास था।
in Delhi, there was a
उसमें
center
पहली
and there
कुमारी
was
भारत की,
Mama's
भारत
class.
में तब तक समर्पण का सिस्टम नहीं
At
था।
that time, there was no system of
मेरे फादर
surrendering.
ने
My
जो भी मतलब
father,
माँ बाप को देना होता है,
whatever my
वो
mother
मम्मा को
and
समर्पण
father
किया
had to give me,
और
they gave
लिखा
it to
चिट्ठी में
they gave it
हमारे
to
बगीचे
Mama.
का फूल,
That and they
बाबा
wrote
ने इस फूल
Mama
को फूल तैयार
that
किया है,
the flower of
खुशबू
our
भरी है।
garden,
ये जो बाबा ने खुशबू
and Baba
भरी है,
has
ये विश्व
put
में खुशबू
fragrance
देगी,
in that,
हम आपको
and
समर्पण
she
करते हैं।
will give that fragrance in the whole world,
मेरा
and
सौभाग्य था, उसमें ऑफिशियल
I am
समर्पण
giving
नहीं था,
this flower
वो
to
ऐसे ही था
you.
जैसे कि अभी
So this
कोई आते
was
हैं
not
तो
an
कुछ न कुछ
official
समर्पण करते हैं,
surrender
एनवलप देते
ceremony,
हैं, वो
but
बाबा
it
ने मेरे
was
माँ
an
बाप ने
surrender
मुझे
ceremony.
ये एनवलप से भरपूर
So
किया।
my father surrendered me with that
तो
envelope.
ये था मम्मा की भावना की शक्ति की
So
कमाल,
this was the power of Mama's feelings, and Mama's
मम्मा का
own
अपना सारा
dharana
जो था ना,
was
फिर तीसरी बारी मम्मा
very
तब तक तो मैं सेंटर पकड़ने लग गई।
amazing.
मम्मा की स्टूडेंट लाइफ इतनी अच्छी थी,
Mama's student life was so good.
सच्ची योगन,
She was a
सच्ची
true
तपस्वी,
yogin.
सच्ची वैरागन।
She had unlimited disinterest.
सवेरे उठती थी,
She used to wake up
रजौरी गार्डन का सेंटर था,
in the center of Razori
नहीं,
garden.
बीच बीच में और भी कहानी है। तो मैं जब सेंटर पर रहने लगी
So
ना
when I
मासी के
was
पास,
in a center with my auntie,
उसकी तबीयत ठीक नहीं थी,
her health was
मुझे
not very
क्लास
good.
करानी होती थी,
So I had to do the class.
समस्याएं थी, वो मुझे समझ बताती थी समस्याएं,
And there were mothers who used to
ऐसा ऐसे
tell me about their problems and situation, that my husband is saying that, my mother-in-law is saying that. I did not know about all these things. So one day Mama called all the teachers. Mama said, you also come. I also went there.
तो मम्मा के सामने आके रोई,
I cried in front of Mama.
मुझे सेंटर पर नहीं रहना।
Mama, I don't want to stay in a center. Mama said, why?
मैंने कहा मम्मा,
Mama,
माता है ना,
those mothers,
पता नहीं कैसी कैसी अजीब बातें सुनाते हैं, मैं तो उनकी भाषा भी नहीं समझ,
Mama, these
सासा से कहती
mothers tell me such strange things I can't even understand. That husband does that, husband does this, mother-in-law does this. Mama, I'm so little, I don't understand anything. I said, Mama, I will just stay with you.
मैं इतनी उम्र की छोटी और वो तो मेरे दादा दादी जैसे, वो मेरे दादा दादी
And I was like a young girl, and they were like my grandparents. And Mama said, Sudesh,
मैंने नहीं समझा था
I did not understand
इतनी बॉडी कॉन्शियस है।
that you are so body conscious.
मैंने कहा मम्मा, मैं आपको सच्ची दिल की बात बता
And I told Mama, I am telling you with true heart that I don't understand their language, that how can I solve their problems? Because auntie's health was not good, so sometimes she was hospital, sometimes she was home resting. So those all questions came to me. So Mama told me, you are very body conscious. Mama, what is it about being body conscious in that? That you are seeing the age of your body. Is the age of your soul 16 years or what? So this is body conscious, isn't it? So at that time Baba used to say, when you celebrate the birthday of body, it is also body consciousness. Nowadays, just to keep friendship, just to have zeal and enthusiasm, to have some service, we celebrate birthday. But at that time we were celebrating spiritual birthday but not the physical birthday.
तो मम्मा ने कहा
So Mama
ये
said,
मेरी सोच छोटी हो
don't think
तो
that I am
देखो
young,
जगदम्बा
that you are like Jagadamba, that Mama also came at very young age.
छोटी को
At that time I did not think that I am a young Kumari.
तो मैं वही रूप अपना देखने लगी
So I used to say the same form of mine that Baba gave me blessing that you are Shiv Shakti, that you are Shiv Shakti, you are not a Kumari,
की तरह माता हूँ
that you are mothers like Jagdamba.
मेरी कॉन्शियस चेंज कर
So those Mama's words changed my consciousness that I am a Kumari, I am
मारी लग जाएगी
I'm very soft-hearted. But Mama said, if you understand yourself to be Kumaris, you will become very sensitive. You will cry. You will become upset. So you understand that you are Shiv Shakti.
को इंजेक्शन देने की ताकत
So Mama had that strength to give injection to the soul.
शब्द थे
The words were very small.
इंजेक्शन भर दिया तो बस वही मैं शिव शक्ति घर का
The words were very simple, but it had power in it.
चेंज हो गई
So the consciousness of everyone changed.
है बीकानेर में है
So there is a Shanta Behan in Bikaner,
जयपुर में तो अपना मम्मा के अनुभव सुनाएगा तो उसने भी यही सुनाया
and she was telling the same thing in her experience, that I was in a bondage and my Lokik father
संग में था
was in the gathering of Sindhis.
के साथ था तो सिंधियों ने उसका दिमाग में भर दिया था
So Sindhis had put it in their consciousness
पास में जाना
that don't go to Brahma Kumaris, don't go to Om Mandli.
मेरा बाप तो मुझे बिल्कुल छुट्टी नहीं
So they said my father did not give me permission at all, and I had that much love and intoxication that I used to go directly from the school, and I was just 10-year-old child,
नहीं पता था
and
खबरदार
my father did not know. If he had known, he would not allow me. I told this to Mama. Mama, I cannot.
आपको बता
Mama, I cannot
ज्ञान में नहीं चल
follow this knowledge.
क्यों
Mama said, why? That my father is so anti. He has so much bad impression about Brahma Kumaris and he will not give me a leave. Mama said, you forget that you are Shanta. That I am not a Lokik mother of this mother and father, I am a Shiva Shakti. So I started this tapasya, forgetting all the things, that I am Shiv Shakti, I am Shiv Shakti. And I was living in home. And there was a miracle that my father told me that you are like a deity in our home, because she did that tapasya for a long time. And she had that vision, and he had that vision, and he started to go. He started to go, and then my father surrendered himself, and then I surrendered. And this is Mama's thoughts, and they were so powerful, because Mama's own thoughts were very powerful for herself. She was tapaswini. She was very detached. She was not afraid of anyone. We have listened to Mama's dharana So we have listened to some or the other points of dharana for the whole month. And if you see that, we have yesterday would be the last point, but all those dharana, you have to keep that in mind, and our life will become like Mama Shiva Shakti. That I am Shiv Shakti, I am the Ganges of knowledge, and there won't be any obstacle. Though you will find the way by itself, and everything will become easy. So there are very beautiful things about Mama. There are very now it's time. So I will stop it now. Om Shanti.
तेरे गुण तेरी पहचान तुम हो मम्मा उच्च महान तेरे गुण तेरी पहचान तुम हो मम्मा उच्च महान इसीलिए झुकता आया है इसीलिए झुकता आया है तेरे आगे सदा जहां तेरे गुण तेरी पहचान तुम हो मम्मा उच्च महान
ओम शांति, ओम शांति।